Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aiga and welcome to my channel Heart Notes, where I talk about all things perfume. Now today, finally, the Elizabeth Taylor train has arrived. I have almost all of her perfume range. I'm only missing a couple that have been discontinued and are difficult to find. And I'm also missing the most iconic perfume in her range, which is White Diamonds, because it was just really vintage smelling. And at the time when I got it, I absolutely didn't like vintage smells, so I got rid of it pretty quickly. But I hope that's okay. I have 12 perfumes. So there's a lot to get through, so let's just start. So we're being taken all the way back to 1988. I'm gonna go in chronological order here with the perfumes. And the very first one is Passion. Now, I quite like the box. I like the vintage vibe. I also love the bottle. By the way, it looks really beautiful. The bottle looks like this. It's gorgeous. It kind of looks like an Art Deco style, I believe. And the perfume itself, it is vintage. I can't lie about that. It is a vintage smelling perfume, but I think you can kind of still pull it off nowadays as well. But I think it takes a character to pull this perfume off. But anyway, let's look into the accords and notes. The main accords are woody, powdery, animalic, warm, spicy, musky, white floral, amber, smoky, earthy, and aldehydic. In the top notes, there's aldehydes, coriander, gardenia, artemisia, ylang ylang, bergamot, lily of the valley. In the middle notes, spicy notes, sandalwood, honey, tuberose, patchouli, orris root, heliotrope, cedar, jasmine, and rose. And in the base notes, incense, civet, leather, oak moss, sandalwood, musk, cedar, vanilla, and coconut. So there's pretty much everything but the kitchen sink in those notes. It's a lot to take in. But I would say that the incense, the patchouli, and the earthiness of this perfume, that's the first thing that you get, and that's mainly what you get. I would like to spray this out, but I think I'm going to smell it for 3 days if I do, so I don't think I'm going to do it. But it's a very spicy, woodsy, earthy patchouli perfume. I think it takes a character to wear this. It seems like the person that would wear this perfume wouldn't give a damn, you know, like they're very cool, very chill. They know themselves very well. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting. I don't really get Hollywood glam. I kind of can see Elizabeth wearing this perfume herself, but not on the red carpet. So yeah, nowadays I think someone with a leather jacket or someone in business, someone just like with an energy, you know? Yeah, that's who I see wearing this perfume. It's very strong, so probably a nighttime scent, but I think it can be worn in the daytime as well. In terms of person, definitely not a teenager. I can't imagine a teenager wearing this type of scent. Probably someone a little bit older or just more mature, 25 plus, I want to say. And not in summertime. This is a cooler weather type of perfume, but yeah, I kind of still think it's lovely. I think I'm starting to grow like a soft spot for vintage perfumes somehow. Then we go to 1993. There were 3 perfumes. They were probably all released at the same time together because it's just a series of diamonds and another gemstone. So the first one, let's start with diamonds and emeralds. This is my favorite, and it is a lovely perfume. As you can see, I've put a dent in this one as well, and this is a super green and juicy perfume. I really love this one. Oh, and by the way, also all her perfumes are super affordable. I think you can find these pretty much for 20-25 pounds. So they're quite affordable and they're quite good for lasting as well. Anyway, let's look at the accords and notes for this one. Main accords are white floral, floral, fruity, tuberose, animalic, green, sweet, vanilla, powdery, and citrus. In the top notes we have gardenia, peach, apricot, hyacinth, orange blossom, white rose, water lily, mandarin orange, and sage. And in the middle notes, tuberose, jasmine, magnolia, carnation, lily, lily of the valley, rose, and in the base notes, vanilla, amber, tonka bean, musk, and patchouli. So there's a whole flower bed in this perfume. There's so many flowers. Predominantly it is a white floral perfume, but it has this greenness about it and this juiciness, almost like savory juiciness, that it doesn't make it like a soft white floral perfume, you know? It's kind of not what you imagine when you hear white floral perfume, because there's sort of a lot more than that. It's a lot more interesting. It's quite a unique scent, I would say, as well. That's why I love it so much. In terms of sweetness, there's very, very slightly some sweetness about this perfume, but as I've said, it's just very green and juicy. Don't be afraid of the patchouli note. I personally don't really smell it here. This is definitely not a patchouli scent. This is a beautiful, light, interesting spring-summer perfume for daytime, I would say mostly. In terms of age, I don't really see an age group for this. I think this can be worn by anyone, and it's one of my top favorites from Elizabeth's line. Right, the next one in line we have Diamonds and Rubies, so a red box for this one. Now, out of this collection of 3 perfumes, I think this is my least favorite because it kind of is pulling a little bit more vintage than the other ones, because it has that soapiness, that rosy soapiness about it. But when I tried it out, I really loved the dry down. But you can't really feel the dry down that much. It's not projecting as much. So I'm kind of, yeah, let's look at the accords and notes. Main accords are powdery, floral, warm, spicy, vanilla, rose, sweet, fruity, woody, amber, and almond. In the top notes, there's red rose, peach, almond, wood, lilac, and lily. In the middle notes, again, rose, spices, heliotrope, ylang-ylang, orchid, jasmine, and lily of the valley. And in the base notes, vanilla, sandalwood, amber, benzoin, musk, and cedar. Yeah, so there's 2 rose notes in this perfume. It definitely shows this is a very rosy perfume. You can kind of feel that lilac in there as well, but unfortunately the rose isn't a fresh one. It's a soapy rose, which does make it smell a little bit more vintage. But I found that in the dry down, the vanilla and amber really shines through, which I really enjoyed. But as I said, the dry down, you can't really smell it that good, and you mostly just smell the initial soapy rose, so that's why I'm not like the biggest fan of this perfume. But if you do like your soapy perfumes, maybe try it out. It's not like it's also not like a fresh soap like Jennifer Lopez's Glow. It's like an old school soap, so it's not the best one. But yeah, that's Diamonds and Rubies. And the third one in the line is Diamonds and Sapphires. So again, that's a blue box for the sapphire. This perfume in the line is another fresh one, which I really like, but I somehow missed it. I don't know why, but I mainly used the green one, but Sapphires is actually really beautiful as well. I kind of didn't notice it. I don't know why. It's the Underdog perfume. Yeah, this is a beautiful, very green as well, but in a completely different way than the Emeralds perfume. Let's look at the accords and notes. The main accords are white floral, green floral, fresh, fruity, sweet, ozonic, aquatic, aromatic, and woody. In top notes we have melon, lily of the valley, freesia, peach, galbanum. In middle notes rhubarb, ylang-ylang, jasmine, rose, and spices. And in the base notes amber, sandalwood, musk, and vetiver. So I think the melon in the top notes is the one that really takes you on the trip with this perfume. It's really nice and juicy. Then the white florals, the lily of the valley, the jasmine. It's a beautiful background for the melon, but the rose and the spices, thankfully, are not that strong in this perfume. They're maybe somewhere just far, far away in the background. So it really makes a beautiful, fresh, very green, really just like watery, aquatic type of perfume. Again, quite a unique scent, I would say. It's a shame I haven't used it more, but it really is beautiful. It's a great scent for spring, summertime. Again, I think any age can wear this. Most probably a daytime scent. But yeah, it's a good cheapie if you're looking for a fresh scent. Plus, I don't think it really is that popular, even though the Elizabeth Taylor line is probably earning millions. I don't really smell a lot of the perfumes, and I don't really hear a lot of people talking about them either. So yeah, I think it just adds to the uniqueness. So that's Diamonds and Sapphires. Now in the lineup I'm missing one perfume. It's Black Pearls. I believe it's discontinued. I haven't seen it selling anywhere in the shops. You can, I think, maybe find it online on eBay or something, but it was quite overpriced, so I didn't want to do that. So we skip that. That's 1996, and we move on to 1999. And that's Sparkling White Diamonds. This is one of my least favorites in the line, I'll be honest. I do like the shiny box. I like shiny things. But the perfume itself, it's a frosted glass bottle. I also love frosted glass. So the perfume kind of would look good, but it doesn't smell good. At least to me it doesn't. So this is sort of a soapy, like soapy flowers. That's what I'm getting from it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But let's take a look at accords and notes for this perfume. The main accords are white floral, musky, green, yellow floral, and animalic. In the top notes we have lily, gardenia, and neroli. In the middle notes narcissus, jasmine, and rose. And in the base notes musk, amber, and woodsy notes. Yeah, so it's just flowers, musk, amber, and wood. So there's no fruits, no spices, nothing really to break up that floweriness of that perfume. But even though it is a white floral perfume and a soapy one, it's kind of very cold at the same time. Like the blue bottle really goes with the scent. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this perfume. This is one of my least favorites in the collection. I'm not a fan of soapy perfumes, and there's quite a lot of them in Elizabeth's range. Some of them work fine, but this one really isn't. So that's that. Sparkling White Diamonds. Then we move on to Brilliant White Diamonds. That is the box that we have, very shiny. And the bottle itself has sort of a frosted glass with this sort of leaf ornament gloss effect. So that's that. And this one, if I remember correctly, it was a citrusy scent. Yeah, like a citrusy, but again, it's soapy. I don't know why they do the soap so much. But this is a citrusy, soapy scent. Time for accords and notes. The main accords are white floral, tuberose, citrus, fruity, animalic, and musky. In the top notes, there's tuberose, mandarin orange. In the middle notes, lily, honeysuckle, and Bulgarian rose. And in the base notes, musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. Yeah, so you get the orange opening, which gives the sort of citrus freshness. But the flowers, again, feel a little bit dated. Maybe it's the rose. I think the rose that they're using is like an old school soapy rose. It's not like a nice fresh rose, again. Vanilla in the base, I don't really feel it. This doesn't come off as a sweet perfume at all. I should stop spraying it. Okay. So yeah, a citrusy, soapy, white floral perfume. I'm not a big fan of this one either. I think this one and the previous one, they're not really similar, but they fit in the same category, and I don't like that category. I don't think it should have been two separate perfumes. They could have just done one of this type of perfume, which is like a citrusy, soapy, spring, summertime perfume. I don't know why they did two in a row. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but I do still prefer this one to the previous, to the Sparkling White Diamonds. I think this is just a little bit more better, as the soap, well, not soap, the soapiness isn't as aggressive as in the previous one. So that was Brilliant White Diamonds, and that was 2001, by the way. Then moving on to 2002, we have something completely different, completely new, and it's Forever Elizabeth. So we have a nice pink box, and they have a completely different bottle design. So it's a brand new bottle. They've moved away from the tubular design, and the scent is also completely new and different, and I really appreciate that. This is a very juicy, bubbly, happy apple scent. It's very fresh. It is kind of an artificial apple, but I still like it. This is a sweet, fruity scent, and I love that scent profile. But let's look at the accords and notes. The main accords are fruity, white floral, powdery, green, woody, floral, rose, sweet, violet, and fresh. In the top notes, there's apple, green notes, blackberry, Italian mandarin. In the middle notes, tiara flower, Egyptian jasmine, rose, orchid, and violet. And in the base notes, woodsy notes, sandalwood, white musk, cloves, and amber. So very sweet, green, juicy apple opening. And it's like a very sour green, like a Granny Smith apple, which is my favorite, by the way. With flowers in the middle, we have rose also in this perfume, but thankfully it's not an old school soapy rose, it's just a rose. So this is a lot more wearable. This is a very everyday scent, I would say, just a very simple, easy, grab and go everyday scent for spring and summertime. I think this is quite youthful as well. I could see a teenager wearing this. Yeah, I really like this scent. This is, I think, also one of my favorites from her range. And I kind of like the bottle as well. I like that it changes color. I don't know how that effect is called. Then, another year later, in 2003, there was Elizabeth Taylor Gardenia perfume. That one is also very difficult to find and quite overpriced on reseller sites. So I avoided that perfume. I'm guessing it smells of gardenia. But we're moving on to the next one, which is Violet Eyes. And this one came out in 2010. Now, I'm not a big fan of this perfume either. Plus, the sprayer is broken, so every time you spray, there's perfume leaking out of somewhere over here, so it's very annoying. But I'm not a fan of the perfume either. It's kind of very just nondescript, woodsy perfume to me. It's very strange and it's very difficult to describe. But before I try, let's look at the accords and notes. So we have floral, rose, woody, fresh, fruity, amber, white floral, powdery, and sweet. In the top notes there's peach, in the middle notes rose and jasmine, and in the base Virginia cedar, peony, and amber. So there's not a lot of notes going on in this perfume, and rightly so, because I don't really smell that much. Like it's very strange. It's just very faint woodsy scent, like a woodsy aroma. It doesn't even almost seem like a perfume. It's very odd. I don't get any of the flowers. I don't get like the juicy soft peach. It's just woodsy. I don't know if the perfume is off or something's just gone off, or my nose just isn't able to pick it up, but yeah, there's nothing in this perfume that I like. I don't even feel like it's a perfume. It's very strange, but that's why I let eyes. Listen, don't take my word for it. If you like your woodsy perfumes, you might as well try it out, but yeah, this definitely isn't for me. Then in 2014 there's White Diamonds Luster, but I don't have that one as well. It's very difficult to find, so I didn't purchase it, so I moved on to the next one, which is White Diamonds Night from 2016. So a black box. Perfume is called Night, so I expected this to be very sort of dark, deep, sweet, serious perfume. And that's kind of what it is. It's giving me mom in the evening getting ready to go to opera. Very patchouli, very earthy, but a bit of sweetness, so it's not smelling vintage like Passion did, which is also patchouli earthy scent. This kind of is as well, but it's quite different. So, right, let's look at the accords and notes. The main accords are woody, fruity, powdery, citrus, amber, white floral, balsamic, patchouli, sweet, and warm spicy. In the top notes there's apricot, mandarin orange, and bergamot. In the middle notes night blooming, jasmine, and freesia. And in the base notes resins, sandalwood, patchouli, and musk. So yeah, as I said, woody, earthy, patchouli. It's kind of it's a thick scent, probably from the resins. I don't really get the fruitiness from the top notes. I don't feel the citruses, but it's fine. This really is a nighttime perfume. I don't think that this would be really suitable for daytime. So it's a nighttime, cold weather. As I said, mom getting ready for the theater, but it's not like vintage or super mature. I think anyone above 20 can wear it easily, but it's gonna take like an occasion, I think, and it's gonna take a nose that loves patchouli because it's quite heavy in this one. I am starting to grow some love for patchouli, so I actually do like this perfume, but as I said, this won't be an everyday type of perfume. It's gonna take an occasion. So yeah, that is White Diamonds Night. Then we move on to 2017. So there we have Love and White Diamonds. This perfume I'm also not really a fan of, because it is very neroli heavy. Like neroli is all I can smell almost, so I might be a bit biased because I really don't like neroli. Yeah, it is like a neroli, floral, feminine. Yeah, but I'm not a fan. But let's look at the accords and notes anyway. So the main accords we have white floral, citrus, woody, green, musky, tuberose, rose, powdery, and aromatic. In the top notes we have neroli, mandarin orange, petitgrain. In the middle notes tuberose, gardenia, jasmine sambac, and Turkish rose. And in the base notes musk, cedar, and sandalwood. So yeah, a woodsy white floral perfume. Maybe a bit of that vintage rose again in the background. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of it. I don't even know what else to say. If you like neroli, go for it, but I really don't. If I look past the neroli, it's a spring, summertime, very fresh scent. I wouldn't say that this is really useful. I would see this on like a woman. It's like a classy, elegant, fresh scent. Again, I don't really get the citrusy opening. Yeah, the neroli just takes over everything for me. Sorry, I don't have anything else to say. That's Love and White Diamonds. Then comes 2019 with White Diamonds and Rouge, and this is, I think, my favorite. Well, definitely one of the favorites. It's a beautiful red bottle. Red's my favorite color. The scent is sweet and sexy. That's also my favorite scent profile. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this perfume. Actually, I should have included this in the December perfumes. But anyway, let's look at accords and notes. The main accords are rose, sweet, fruity, patchouli, soft spicy, woody, white floral, vanilla, earthy, and amber. In the top notes we have raspberry and pink pepper. In the middle notes rose, orange blossom and jasmine, and then the base notes patchouli, vanilla, amber and vetiver. So yeah, we have like a sweet raspberry perfume, but it has some kick to it because of the patchouli and the pepper. So even though it's like fruity and sweet, it has some maturity to it as well. What a nice sprayer too. There's maybe a little bit of that old school rose again in the background, but thankfully it's dimmed down by all the other notes, so it's nice. Orange blossom is, I've discovered that orange blossom is also one of my favorite notes, so it's lovely to have this in here. Yeah, this is I think my favorite from her line. White Diamonds and Rouge, and this is like the unique one in the line as well, because there's really no other really sweet scents. They're either soapy, citrusy, vintage, very green, but this is the sweet one from the range. Out of the 12, this is the sweetest one, so if you like your sweet scents, go for this one. And the last one in the lineup, we have White Diamonds and Legacy, which came out in 2021. So this is the newest perfume, anniversary limited edition. So this is a floral perfume, another floral perfume. It's a citrusy one. It is fresh, but yet at the same time, I don't know why, but the scent to me seems romantic for some reason. It's like a romantic fresh scent. I see this on a lady. Yet again, it doesn't smell vintage or mature, but I do see this on a lady. Let's look at accords and notes. The main accords are white floral, citrus, musky, powdery, and animalic. In the top notes, there's bergamot, honeysuckle, pink pepper. In the middle notes, gardenia, orange blossom, and jasmine. And then the base notes, musk, amber, and sandalwood. So again, with the white florals, it's pretty much like a common theme all throughout the perfumes. There's a lot of white floral perfumes, but this one has that citrusy twist, which is quite nice. I wouldn't say that this perfume really stands out with anything. It smells nice, but I wouldn't say it stands out in the range. I don't think really it's a unique scent. I am a fan of white florals, especially jasmine and orange blossom. So this smells really good to me. Yet at the same time, I wouldn't reach for this perfume for some reason. I don't know why. But it is a nice smelling freshie for spring and summer season. As I said, I think it smells kind of romantic. I see this on like a nice lady. She's well put together. She's out and about, running errands, doing something. During daytime, I don't see this as a nighttime scent. In general, I would say that this is average. It's not good, well, it's okay. It's not bad, it's just a very average perfume, I would say. And yeah, that is that. White Diamonds Legacy. So yeah, that's it. That's all the collection. I've finally gone through it. I've been picking up these perfumes here and there for like 2 years. So finally I had enough to do this video. I'm super happy about it. The range in general, it's super affordable. It has diversity in terms of scent profiles, so that's good. Of course, there's the white floral running theme. There's the soapy rose kind of running theme in a couple of these perfumes. So you definitely don't need all of them. You could just pick some of the ones that you think you would like. Like if you love the sweet one, go for the Eau Rouge. If you like the really fresh one, go maybe for the emeralds or sapphires or Elizabeth Forever. If you like your soapy scents, you have plenty to choose from. Even maybe the vintage ones like Passion if you're feeling brave. So yeah, I think it's a great range, and I'm hoping they would issue some more perfumes in the future. Yeah, it's a good time. Thank you for watching if you got this far, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!